What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Comically Boston. Today is episode 88. I'm your host, Big Kim. Welcome all back. If you haven't seen my face before, please hit that subscribe button or click those links in the description down below and go check me out on my other social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, all those down in the description below. We've been doing some movies this week. Just recently, yesterday, Sunday, Across the Spider-Verse review came out. I know I already did like a spoiler initial reaction breakdown the day I saw the movie, but now it is out on digital. Go check that out if you haven't. You can buy it for $20 on Amazon or Disney Plus, or not Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, whatever you guys rent movies or buy movies on. That one was a mandatory for me. Just the first one was so good, the second one's so good, but go check out my thoughts on that. Also, over the weekend, a Star Wars rewatch review came out for The Phantom Menace, so go check that out. I got more Star Wars content coming your way. I just watched Attack of the Clones recently, and last night I started Revenge of the Sith, but over the weekend I was waking up real early to go help out my buddy and go feed his dog in the morning. And had to go drive over to his house, just like a whole extra step in your process that you're not normally used to. But dog's a good boy, so he was alright, but my sleep took a hit. So last night I slept like a baby, but when you sleep real good and you wake up in the morning, you still feel like shit. You're like, oh fuck, I slept good, but I'm still tired. So I had to shower, get ready, get myself up, get myself moving, have a glass of OJ, get the day started. But anywho, we got more movie reviews coming out soon. We got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 coming out soon. We have Attack of the Clones review coming out soon. Also, tomorrow we have a great review coming out from Ex Machina. I watched that movie over the last week as well, and that movie's very surprising. So go over to that review and check out my thoughts on that. Up next in my Marvel rewatch, we still have to do Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, and so on, but those ones will be the next ones coming up. But this is Comically Boston, so we're going to talk about the news from the last week and talk about what I've been up to. So ain't nothing much been going on. There's no TV shows on right now other than like Harley Quinn, the animated TV show, and The Adventures of Superman on Max. And both of those, I honestly really like both those shows. Harley Quinn's definitely the rated R bunch of those shows, but The Adventures of Superman just been a good story, and just like telling the story of how a young Clark and a young Lois Lane fall in love, and how Superman figures out who the hell he is. Like, I like it, and I like what they're doing over there. So I'm excited to see what those episodes finish out doing. But coming up soon here in September, we have 3 episodes on Peacock coming for the Continental. They just released a trailer over the last week, and the trailer looks so freaking good. This character here on the right is Winston, we found out. So the guy that is played by, what's that actor's name? I know him as from Black Flag or whatever, Pirates of the Caribbean. He's like Blackbeard. And he's got that deep, brogy voice. I really like the actor that plays him. I wish I knew his name off the top of my head, but you can also see that Mustang over there. Is that John Wick's Mustang? So maybe we'll get, some connecting pieces. Maybe we'll see how Winston becomes the owner of the Continental, and maybe how John Wick ends up getting this car. All I know is the John Wick universe itself is great. It's heavy action, and it's just great storytelling, great universe to be set in. So I'm glad they're expanding this universe and telling more stories in it. If you guys haven't seen John Wick 4, the final chapter of that was fucking amazing. And if that was the last movie in the John Wick franchise, I wouldn't be mad. Go back and tell stuff from before. If that's how it ends. But if they do another one, I'm not mad either. So I'm here for it. But we also have Ashoka coming up around the corner, and they released some character posters for Ashoka. And you got Ashoka in the top left with her pose, kind of like Anakin's pose, which I kind of like that, resemblance. And then you got Hera, you have Sabine, you have Ray Stevenson in his Padawan, and then in the middle there you have that lady that Ashoka had a nice battle with in The Mandalorian. I thought she died in that, so maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I gotta go back and watch The Mandalorian, brush up on my details, but I am starting my Star Wars rewatch for this Ahsoka show. That comes out, what, next week? Next Wednesday it comes out. It comes out the same day that I'm getting my wisdom teeth out, so maybe you guys are going to have to give me a day or two to react to that one because my mouth won't be working so well, but I'm going to try my best. I might not even remember the show because I'll be all hopped up on loopy drugs. Who knows? But I'm not looking forward to that. Comment below if you've had your wisdom teeth out. How did it go for you? Definitely not looking forward to it myself, but definitely looking forward to Ahsoka. So, you know, maybe there's a silver lining there. I might have a miserable morning at 8 a.m. getting my teeth pulled, but once I get home, I'll have some vanilla ice cream, and, you know, the only thing you can eat, some soft eggs or something, like, and then I'll fire up Ahsoka in the first 2 episodes of that. I'm glad they're dropping 2 episodes to premiere. I'm pretty sure there's like 8 or 9 episodes total, so, you know, if they're dropping, yeah, I think it's 8 episodes and they're dropping 2 right away, so it's like a 7-week show. I'm super excited for this one, so stay tuned. Comically Boston will be covering all episodes of Ahsoka, so we'll be talking about it and reacting to it, so I hope you guys are excited for this one. And if you guys don't know who Ahsoka is, go back to the Clone Wars animated TV show or the Clone Wars movie where her character kind of gets introduced as Anakin's Padwan. And, you know, in Rebels, she's great. Animated shows, so I know a lot of people like myself are more interested in the live action stuff, but the animated shows, man, they're really freaking good and they still tell a great story. Like Bad Batch is some of the best TV shows I've seen in a long time, and the animation looks so freaking good. Like, oh, gotta love Star Wars, man. But there was also this picture I seen online the other day that I really looked at and I was like, wow, that's kind of trippy. Whether it's, you know, how everything's connected, right? Yoda, everyone knows from the prequels and even the original trilogy, we're talking to Luke, but Yoda was Count Dooku's master. Count Dooku was Qui-Gon's master. Qui-Gon was Obi-Wan's master. Obi-Wan was Anakin's master. Anakin was Ahsoka's master. Ahsoka, now in her new series, is Sabine's master. We know that from the trailer because Sabine goes master. And, you know, I think it gets messier as you go, right? Because then Anakin, Obi-Wan's Padawan, kills Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan's master's master, Count Dooku, because he's gone bad, you know, like, and then Anakin goes bad, and then Ahsoka gets kind of betrayed by the Republic and the Jedi, so she disappears, and that's why she's got white lightsabers instead of colored ones. She's kind of like a nomad or a you know, a lone soldier type. But man, Ahsoka's such a badass character, and Rosario Dawson's like just so perfect for that role. But I've just been in a Star Wars kick, man. You know, Star Wars really gets you going, and you know, I'm hoping maybe in this series or eventually in a series we'll see more of Black Chrysanthemum from Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. And then maybe one day we'll get to see like a Chewbacca Wookiee type wield a lightsaber. I feel like that'd be cool. I also feel like it would be cool one day to feel or hear a Wookiee speak English, you know? Like, yeah, I understand they're supposed to be, you know, but like, I don't know. Subtitles or something. Let us know what these motherfuckers are saying. You know, have a droid translate or something. But still, either way, I'd love to see a Wookiee wield the lightsaber. There is that Gungi from Rebels or Clone Wars. He's got a green lightsaber made out of wood hilts. Oh, man. I'd love to see that. But I would love to see maybe him as an adult. Maybe we'll see something like that in Ahsoka. I think a lot of things are going to be in Ahsoka, and this show is really going to be good. I feel like this one they've been gearing up for. And I'm super excited. I've also been playing some Star Wars video games recently. I finished Jedi Survivor twice already, so I haven't gone back to that. But what I have gone back to is Battlefront 2. And no, not the one from 2005 on the PS2, but this game, Battlefront 2 from 2005, was such a good game. Like, me and my buddy Danny Priest, he had a PS2. I would go over his house, and we would play this game all the time, and we would laugh so hard at just, like, the deaths. Like, they would just be so funny. Like, we'd just be running, and all of a sudden you'd fly a plane in through, like, the doorway and just wreck somebody, and you're like, what the hell was that? Where did that come from? Like, But I loved in that game that you could be like a stormtrooper and just find a ship and get in it and then fly out into space. You know, like you could just do seamless things. You could do whatever you wanted. You know, eventually you could play as, you know, Darth Vader or Luke or whoever. But that game was so good, and I was so happy when they made Battlefront 2. And I'm so disappointed in EA that they just kind of like stopped updating and they just stopped like this game. I'm pretty sure they had ideas for a Battlefront 3, but it got canned. Like, I don't know, man. This game, for people that are real Star Wars fans, like, it's pretty much Call of Duty, but you play as troopers, and then like you can become a lightsaber if you earn enough battle points. Like, not become a lightsaber, you can become like a light side hero or a dark side hero. You know, there's flying missions. You know, you could play as Poe Dameron or Luke's starfighter. You could play as, you know, Luke's X-Wing. You could play as Yoda's little Jedi plane. You could play as the Millennium Falcon with Han and Chewie. You know, like, there's just certain things in this game that are really good, and honestly, it's a pretty solid game, even still, like, after all these years playing it, like, with no real updates, people are still playing it, you know. There were still lobbies I could get into and still have fun in, and there's obviously there's some people that play this game every single day, and you could tell because their like rank is like 375. I'm like 70. I'm like, I've played this game a bunch, but I haven't played it that much, you know. Like, so some people are real OP and they play way too much, but most people on there are just junk like I am. So that you get through it and you play and you have fun. But really, I think they don't even need to make a third game. They just need to have like one real nice update where like maybe you add a map or two and you add like Ashoka, you add the Mandalorian, you add Grogu. You know, you add certain players or bad guys, like you add just people that you could play as, you know, here or there. Add a couple new suits, you know, like have the, you know, have a little bit more to the game. And this game is awesome, but I don't know, maybe it will be better in the future. Maybe we'll finally get EA or somebody will make a Battlefront 3. But I heard there's also games like Star Wars Outlaws coming out. That game looks awesome, you know. So I'm excited for the future of Star Wars games. But stuff like that, you know, where I really would love to play as a trooper, get in a plane, and then just fly away, just like, you know, the PS2 did. You know, why has it been the PS3, the PS4, PS5? And we're still just like playing the same game? Like, come on, man. We need like a next gen game exactly like that. Like, I know there's game kids played in the PS2 back in the day, or PS3. I never had it. I had an Xbox when I was young. My first PlayStation console was the PlayStation 4. So for me, you know, I knew of the games, but I never was able to play them. But there was like one called something of the Republic, Knights of the Republic, I think. And that one apparently is a badass game. There's like that Unleashed, Starfighter Unleashed, or Force Unleashed, something with Anakin's like Padwan, Star Killer, or something like that. That one was always, I've seen clips online of it being cool, but the graphics don't look that great, so it had to have been from years ago. But there's shit like that I would love to see remade. There was this game called Star Wars Eclipse that there was like a trailer for like years ago, and we've never heard anything about it since. I'm still kind of excited for that one because the trailer was really cool. There's just certain things about Star Wars that I absolutely fall in love with, but we'll talk about it more soon. We're going to be continuing to talk about Star Wars a whole bunch on the channel. We got Revenge of the Sith movie review and breakdown coming soon. And then we have Ashoka coming out in the next couple weeks, and we're going to be covering that. So stay tuned, y'all. Comment below, at me on Twitter if you have any questions, movie recommendations for me, game recommendations, whatever you guys want to recommend to me. I would love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Go follow me on Letterboxd. Check out my movie reviews I have over there and how many movies I've watched this year. And if you're a big movie fan, send me some movie recommendations, please. I would love to hear from you guys. And I answer all comments and DMs, so if you guys want to get in touch with me, hit those links, comment below, and I'll get back to you. Alright, y'all, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.